Hello, hello, hello. Can everyone hear me?
Did you know that the vast
I'll
majority of
go wait for this
self-published books
ad
don't
before I
sell more
can
than 20
check.
copies? It's
How
because
are we doing? Okay. Turn that volume off over there because that's going to be annoying. All right, so welcome to part two. Part two is going to be really simple. I'm going to be showing you guys how I'm going to be doing the second layer on these and everything. It's going to be a really simple layer. We're going to pretty much just be making a pretty little white. We're going to make it nice and opaque so that way it creates a nice little thick base for us. Because we have some other stuff that I want to, be put in, that I want to put in here and add on top and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with mixing the resin so that way we can move forward. First, I'm putting my gloves on and everything. I'm reusing the same gloves that I had on last time so I can save a bit. All right, so I'm gonna be making 20 milliliters this go around. And so I'm gonna start with the hardener this time. I'm just gonna pour 10 milliliters of this hardener in here. You want to try to be as exact as possible when using smaller amounts because it leaves less room for error. So, heads up. All right, now I'm going to go in with the resin right quick. The resin pours so much more slowly than the hardener. All right. Got that poured in there. So I have 20 milliliters in here. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and take my stir stick, stir that on up really, really well. Okay, and I am being sure to go in the clockwise motion and the counterclockwise motion. I'm doing both. You want to be careful not to scrape the sides too much or go too fast to the point where it creates bubbles. I know this is repetitive for some people, but I know a lot of people have questions about the resin and how to mix it and everything, and everyone hasn't been following me quite as long as some others. So I tried to make sure that I'm breaking it down a bit more often for you guys, especially on these lives, because that's what these are for. All right, so again, that mix. I'm going to take my heat gun now and just heat that on up and stir it a bit more. Okay, so you can focus it directly on the cup. Sometimes I do like point it directly inside of the cup, but as I told y'all before, this cord on here is really short, so in order to stay on camera and everything, I'm doing it like this through the cup, but it works just fine. And you just kind of want to do the same motions as I was telling you before. You want to go clockwise and counterclockwise, excuse me. Alright, take the alcohol. I'm going to go ahead and spray it while it's still in here. And while I'm still heating it a bit as well, especially since I'm using a little bit less resin. And that's because I just want to make sure it's actually mixing up, because it's just harder to stir with a shallow amount. Okay. That cup has gone a little bit warm, but that's fine. Okay, looking good, looking good. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take this mica powder that I have here. It's just a regular white mica powder. The only reason I have this big bag is because I use a lot of the white mica powder, but it's not necessarily like just super special or anything like that. But I will link it for you in my storefront if you prefer. And just so you guys know, since the last live, I have gotten the storefront together. It is going to be in the bio. I'm sorry, not the bio, but the caption of this live that we're on right now. So you can go there. It's amazon.com/shop/Courtney Shavante. So just type that in and it'll take you right there to all my favorite Amazon products. So that way you guys have them all handy. And it's also going to make my captions a lot easier to read because, you know, I was listing them all one by one, like everything that I was using, and it wasn't really convenient. All right, so now I'm taking this white alcohol ink by Pixis. I'm going to add a couple like drops in there. I added about 6. I'm going to see if that's enough for me. Because like I said, I want this really opaque and everything. So I'm probably going to add just a couple more drops. But I don't want to do too much because remember, you never want to do more than 10% colorant to your resin. All right, I'm going to put that lid back on top. I'm just going to stir, stir, stir. Can you guys see what that's looking like real well? See how difficult it is to see through this? Right, my finger's at the bottom. You can't really see it. Alright, so let's hope that it does that as well when it's on these surfaces. Because now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and transfer this into our molds. So I'm going to do a thin little layer onto this one. Very thin. You really just want to cover it up. Maybe I should have done 30 milliliters. We're going to make it work though. And I'm going to take this white. I'm going to spread it all across the surface right here. Okay. And so I'm going to take my stick. I'm just going to make sure it's touching the the edge. And just go all across these edges. And touch it with the resin. All right, there we go. And then I'm going to take the rest of it and just go ahead and pour it into this side over here. And you can take the stick, move it around just to make sure it's in there nice. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now I'm just kind of scraping at the cup, making sure I get all my resin out. Remember, guys, no resin left behind. Okay. So from here, you can take that same toothpick that we're using for the prongs, and you can just kind of make some swirls in here. You may need to wait a little bit for it to thicken, and that's fine. Yeah, because mine's still a little bit runny right now too, so this is probably gonna change up a bit. But I'll show you guys in a few and everything. I'll keep y'all up until I finish with these steps completely. But I just take my toothpick and I swirl it around like this, kind of random. Okay. And then from there we got this, and it's so cute. Yes. I'm liking how this is looking. Trying to make sure this isn't a piece of hair or anything in here. Okay. It's looking really pretty, really pretty. We love that. Okay, so I am going to ornament this a little bit further. This side I'm going to leave as is for now, but we are going to let this continue to thicken just a tad, and I'm going to be grabbing some flowers so that way we can add them onto this one, because I think I want to do flowers. So give me one moment. Let me go ahead and grab the flower bin, and we will go ahead and get those added in there. Okay, guys, maybe. And I have the flowers. Let me move this over so it'll be nice and safe over here. Let me go ahead and move this toothpick out my way. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and see kind of what I got here. Got some pink roses, the blue nigella. It looks like I have a red nigella as well. Got some yellow roses. Forgot what these two are called, but one's yellow and one's white. I got some larkspur. I have it in white, purple, and pink. So I think I'm going to end up doing pink and purple, probably to stick with the theme of this glitter and everything. All right, so if you weren't aware, this is the glitter that we used in the last step if you missed it. All this glitter can be found on my Etsy shop, which is linked in the description for you guys. But yeah, so this is the glitter, and I think the purple larkspur and the pink rose will do what I need it to do. And I think I also have a little bit of greenery that I can use too. So we are about to probably have to cut some flowers and stuff. I'm taking out my little tool bag here because I'm going to need a fresh set of tweezers right quick, or at least fresher than those that I currently have out. Actually, I kind of like these more. Those are reverse tweezers. So I boop, boop. When you press it, it opens. And they are just, I recommend reverse tweezers. All right, so I'm gonna grab those. I need some little scissors. Alright, let's go grab some scissors. I have some right over here. Boop. Alright, so we're going to be using these to cut up some of the stems that I have here. So I have some flower pieces here. And I use these to kind of make smaller arrays and everything, especially on stuff like this. And I can kind of create a bouquet. And that's exactly what I'm about to do using this. I'm going to show you guys how. So let me take that one out. I wish I need something to kind of show you guys on. All right, so I want to get like a little index card so you guys can see what I'm doing with the flowers and everything. Okay, so I'm gonna get one pink. Oop. I'm dropping flowers. All right, I want this one. I feel like it has a nice little look to it. I want you. Okay. Also wanted some of this purple larkspur here. I feel like it'll complement the rose beautifully. All right, so I'm pulling this back out just because I want to do a little bit more. So I think I'm going to add Need something I just got some pieces of. Let's see. Okay, I think I'll just use this one. I think I'm gonna add some of this pretty pink one in too, just to give it a little bit more oomph. I think that will be what I need there. Okay, so let me put all this back on in here. And we can move our little flower case and put it on over here for now. Not comfortable with water by my MacBook. All right, so what I like to do first is I like to get an idea of how I want the flowers arranged. So what we need to do first is we need to clip these leaves because this is clearly too big to go into that. So I'm gonna start by clipping this one off right here. 1 second. I'm trying to move a little bit closer so y'all can see what's going on. Give me 1 second so I can readjust. Okay. And it's pretty easy to snip these leaves. You just want to be careful not to snip yourself, really. Okay. Okay, I don't think we're... let me leave it right here for now. Let me not move anything around until I know for sure. All right, so got that right there. We also have this one right here. I'm gonna clip this down too. So I'm gonna clip it right here. Okay. All right, so this is what I got for this smaller one right here. You see how I just kind of clipped that off from the bigger stem? You just want to take off the main leaves that are really important. And now I'm going to clip some of these reddish ones off, or pinkish, I should say. So I could work with those. All right, so now that you have everything clipped, this is the part where you really just want to kind of play with the arrangement and see how you want everything to go. So that way you got an idea. All right, so first I'm gonna start with my green leaves, just because I do usually keep those in the back, just to you know, they're leaves. They're not the star of the show. Sorry, leaves. And then I take these pretty little, maybe I should split this up a bit more. 1 second here. All right. So now I have that pretty one right here. Uh-oh. This one that's giving me some trouble. Alright. I'm gonna put it probably over here. It's kind of annoying me. Alright. And then this one we got here. There's no need for this little stem because it doesn't have a flower attached. So I'm gonna remove that right quick. Okay. And then I think I'm going to go in with my rose first. And then place the place my larkspur like kind of right on top like that. And let's see, let's play with this a tad bit. Okay. So as you guys can see, this is what we have here. And I actually think I'm gonna come in here with one white larkspur too. I know the background is white, but I feel like the white is really going to add a pop that I kind of still need in here. And that I'm looking for, you feel me? Okay, so I'm gonna lift this purple up right quick. Place the white underneath like that. And see, now I feel like this is more so what I'm going for right here. Okay, let me show y'all what I got going on now. And so give or take, this is what I'm trying to like kind of put on top of the larger side of the grinder. So let me show you guys how I do that. All right, first I'm gonna move the more shallow side out my way, make sure it's staying on the even part. My leveling board, just because I have some drippings on this silicone mat here. Let's test the resin. Okay, as you can tell, the swirls have started to disappear a bit, but it is thickening. So you can get back in here. And just kind of create some whimsical magic. Okay. Now see how it's kind of disrupting the pattern within the mica powders? And that's what we want. It's so pretty. Okay, we're going to do the same thing over here. This resin is starting to thicken, which is good. But I still need it just a tad bit thicker for what I want to do next. Have you seen other YouTubers and how they like do like a little BRB thing and all that during their lives? And I'm not quite sure how they're doing that. However, I am trying to figure out. So if anyone happens to know, feel free to let me know. Are they using like a certain service or something like that? Because I haven't really played around too much like while I'm on here, but I don't think I have those options. Ow. Let me see here. What's this say? Save highlight, share, mute microphone. Okay, I don't want none of that. What's that? Oh, they got some filters on here. Okay, that would have been nice to know, like, months ago. Okay, that's just the chat info. Yeah, so like I was saying, I have no idea how they are, like, doing pause breaks and stuff, and they'll put like a little intermission thing up. I'm just like, what in the world? Like, what am I doing wrong? Ow. Oh, my back's still hurting. All right, so we're really just waiting for this resin to thicken up just a tad bit more, so that way we can go ahead and place these flowers on top, and then go on about our business, so that way we can wait for the next step. Okay, let's see. I think they'll stay now. Y'all think I should chance it? Maybe I should go put this stuff up first, just to burn some quick time. All right. I'm gonna put this stem back in here though, because I feel like this one could still work with that. And you. And probably you too. Alright, but the rest of them, we're good on that. Alright, let me go put this stuff up right quick. I'm gonna give this just a second more to go ahead and harden up a bit. So maybe about 2 to 3 more minutes. And then we'll be placing these flowers on. I should put the Sharpie up too. I wonder if this allows for me to zoom in. Can I zoom in? Does anyone know that? I should probably Google this stuff, right? I mean, YouTube does, well, Google does on YouTube, so. All right, I'm gonna say that this is hardened enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same glitter mix. And we are going to get a little bit of it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna put it on my hand like this, because I really just want it sprinkled around here. So that's what I'm going to do with this glitter right here. I'm gonna get that little bit. I'm just gonna sprinkle it around. Okay, gonna get a tad bit more. All right. So now that we have just a tiny bit of glitter, like, I'm scared to pick this up, but let's see. Y'all see I added like the tiniest little dust of glitter on here. And that's all you're really gonna need, because you just kind of want a slight background for the flowers. Just to kind of, I guess, remind you that these are the colors we're working with. All right, so this is how we're going to be trying to arrange these flowers on here. So that's my goal. And I want it kind of like this, because I want the darker glitter to be more visible. So let me move these flowers right quick. All right. So I'm gonna pick these up together. Maybe I shouldn't. I'm gonna pick these up separately. Okay, put one right there. Oh, didn't realize this one had an extra stem on there. I got it fixed. All right. So this one we had right about there. Okay. I think this resin really could have set a little bit longer, but it's okay. We're gonna work with it. I got impatient. Mm-mm-mm. All right, so that didn't turn out too bad, so we're doing pretty good. We're gonna take the pink one now, because we want that one at the bottom. I had it about right here. Okay. Now we're gonna take our white one. Place it right there. Then we're gonna take our purple one. Uh-oh. And we are gonna place her right here on top. All right. So this right here turned out amazingly. And I'm very happy that we didn't have any unforeseen issues come up. Let's see if I could flatten this petal out a bit. I do want to make sure that the bottom of the petals like kind of touch the resin, because that's what's going to secure it down inside and everything. But don't press too hard to where it submerges itself. You just kind of want the back of the flower and the leaves to touch the resin. So that way when we come in with our next layer, it's easy to prevent bubbles. Okay. All right, I feel like that looks really good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to let that chill like that. I'm not quite sure if we'll do the other one the next step tonight or not. We shall see, we shall see. But just like I said, keep an eye out for like any notifications. Make sure you are subscribed and you have the notification bell turned on, so that way you're notified and you're aware of when I pop on here, because like I said, it's really random. But thank you guys for joining me again. I'll catch you either tonight or in the morning for this third layer. And we're going to have some fun because we're not done yet. These flowers are not where we're stopping. And we got still something coming for both of these sides. So y'all stay tuned and I will catch you on the next one.